and welcome back to My Happy Place. I'm Miss Johanna.
And I'm Miss Charity.
And today we're going to hear the story of a little boy named David and a giant. Alright, so our memory verse from last week was Joshua 24:15, which was, "Choose you this day whom you will serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And we had so many people say their memory verses, so good job to all of those who did your memory verse for this past week. And we sent out you guys as prizes today, so hope you guys get those soon. Our memory verse for this next week, we're going to start memorizing Psalm 1. So our first one for this next week is Psalm 1, 1, and 2. And we're going to go through the actions with them, and then we'll explain what exactly it means. All right? Psalm 1, 1, and 2. "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." So what this verse is, what it means, so blessed means happy, and then delight also means happy. So blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. What is counsel?
It's the wisdom or advice.
It's like the advice of people who are not saved is what that verse means. So it means blessed or happy is the people that don't follow what the world wants us to do, the ungodly advice, but happy is a person that gets their advice and what they should do, like their instructions for life, from God's Word or the Bible. And as we go through Psalm 1, we're going to find out some other things that we're supposed to do as Christians. So let's go over that one more time. We'll just go over the first part. So we'll do, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. We'll just do that part today, okay? Okay. Psalm 1, 1, and 2. "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly." Let's try it one more time. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. Psalm 1, 1, and 2. "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly."
So yesterday we learned about the little boy named Samuel who became God's judge. And he anointed the first king of Israel, and his name was King Saul. Now, during the time of King Saul, the Philistines and the Israelites were always at war. The Philistines were always trying to steal the Israelites' promised land. Well, the Philistine army had one special soldier, and he was a giant, and his name was Goliath. And Goliath challenged the Israelites to a duel, and he said, "Whoever can kill me, then the Israelites win, and if I win and I kill the other person, then the Philistines win." Now, he hated God, and he would mock God, and he would mock the Israelites. And you know what? All of the Israelite soldiers were afraid of him, and they wouldn't dare fight him because they knew that they would lose because he was a giant. Well, there was a special young shepherd boy, and his name was David. And one day, as he was visiting his brothers in the army, he saw Goliath, and he was like, "Goliath is mocking God. He's mocking the Israelite soldiers. Why isn't anyone doing anything about it? We need to defeat this guy." And he went to King Saul and he said, "Somebody needs to fight him and tell him that our God, the one that he is mocking, is greater than the Philistines and will defeat him." And he went to King Saul and said, "I will fight him." And you know what? King Saul was like, "You are just a young shepherd boy. You're not a trained soldier. You don't know how to use a sword. How can you kill him? You're much too young." And David told him, "God has helped me kill a lion and a bear who attacked my sheep, and he will help me kill the giant too." Then David went to a small brook, and he picked up 5 small, smooth stones. Then he went to meet the giant Goliath. When Goliath saw that David was coming to fight him, he was like, "What in the world, you Israelites? Are you trying to mock me? You send a little boy out to fight me? I am a soldier. I am a giant. I have won many, many battles. Are you mocking me?" And David said, "You think you can kill me with your sword or your spear, but God will win this battle." Then David took one of the stones and he put it in his sling and swung it around his head, and he prayed that God would direct the stone to kill the giant. And you know what? God did direct that stone, and it hit Goliath right in the forehead where no armor was, and the giant came tumbling down. He fell right to the ground. When the Philistines saw that their champion had been defeated, they ran out of the promised land away from the Israelites, and God had won a great victory for the Israelites that day.
We're going to sing Only a Boy Named David, which is basically the story that Charity just told us in a song form. So, if you know this song, sing along.
Only a boy named David, only a little sling. Only a boy named David, but he could pray and sing. Only a boy named David, only a trickling brook. Only a boy named David, but 5 little stones he took. And 1 little stone went in the sling, and the sling went round and round. And 1 little stone went in the sling, and the sling went round and round. And round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And 1 little stone flew into the air, and the giant came tumbling down.
Alright guys, thank you for joining us today with that fun song and the story about David and how he trusted God to kill that big giant in his life, Goliath. So join us tomorrow and we're going to learn about how David becomes king and then his son Solomon, who is the wisest man that has ever lived. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!
And the giant came.